look at you weird when you sit really close to me. Jesus. We would talk about Leaky this week, which is probably well overdue since it's been almost a month.
Almost a month. We definitely still want to talk about Leaky because we have some footage and stuff from it, and so that's what
that we totally want to share with you.
Monica was a fabulous merch girl,
and it was awesome. All of you out there who came up and said hi, that was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot. Getting to put faces with like names.
Yeah, that was. We talk about it fairly often, that this kind of just feels like something we just do
in a vacuum.
It's our
that it's entertaining
Tuesday
to each of us.
When people come up to us and mention Life Changes Everything, it's like, oh my gosh, oh yeah, that's something that
is out there.
The world can see. So thank you if you did that.
Quick overview of what we're going to show you from Leaky. We didn't really film as much as I think that we thought we would in our mind, but what we got is we think is pretty hilarious. It entertained us. Yeah. When we first got there, the opening ceremonies were already underway. Yeah. So everybody was already down at that, and we were just like trying to check into our room and unload Cryptomus Prime and all of that. We'd sort of chosen not to go to open at the close, but to go to the park on our own the next day. We decided to distract ourselves while everybody was going off to the opening ceremonies and open at the close, and do our first thing that we had vowed to do, which was
roller skate to Margaritaville.
When we said this, we knew everything was kind of on property, but we didn't really know what or where, so we're like, hey, is there a walking path that goes from our hotel, which was the same hotel Leaky was in, to Margaritaville? And they're like, oh yeah, it's right out here. So we put on our roller skates, and there wasn't really anything that didn't say we couldn't, and it was amazing. It's all well lit, and it's really smooth, and we're roller skating along. We're going through these little underpasses, and I'm like, it's awesome!
It was really cool, and once we hit like the boundary between hotel land and City Walk land, they were like, you need to take your skates off. So we took our skates off.
We took our skates off, and we went like 5 steps, and we're like,
right next to Margaritaville. So after what happens at Margaritaville, and we kind of walk around and everything, is our first video clip is what happens
after Margaritaville.
After Margaritaville. What did we do?
We roller skated, maybe a little illegally. Sort of. I mean, how many security guards does it take to get
us and Amba back safely to the path to our hotel? Apparently that number is 3. Yes, that's 1 for each very, very polite girl who removed her skates
immediately upon being asked first of all, and then got followed most of the way back. And then as soon as they stopped looking, we put them back on and we skated some more. And when I was skating down at City Walk, where I knew would attract attention, it was so amazing.
Because there was
like lights and it was like, yeah, it was worth it.
So
totally worth it.
So that is literally the first 4 hours of our experience here at LEAKYCON.
So
we'll try not to get into much more trouble.
So the next morning we got up at like 5:45 so that we could get to the park at 7 a.m. So, and the only part that's open from 7 to 8 for the people who are on property is Wizarding World. So the rest of the place is empty, and you have to walk all the way through it, and that's where the next clip starts off is the next morning after Margaritaville.
This is our well, this is mostly Monica's entrance into the Wizarding World.
What voice that you hear screaming yes? Yep, that would be me.
Yeah. Monica!
What? Are you filming that?
Yeah.
I'm totally embarrassed now. I'm totes excited though.
Oh shit.
I'm feeling really high. Alright, where are we going? Sonkos?
No,
Sonkos?
we gotta go to Ollivander's. We immediately got in line for Ollivander's.
Right. Where the line is, you're kind of standing in the middle of Hogsmeade, and you're in front of like the Quidditch shop and the bookstore, and there was just, it was all so amazing. I mean, it was so amazing. I'm like in Wizarding World at like 7:15 in the morning, and I am like pounding pumpkin juice and eating churros, and it is the best moment of my life. I swear to God. Well, maybe when my children were born was a little better, but I mean seriously, like way up there, top 5.
It was a very good.
It was a good morning. Yeah.
And I mean, Ollivander's is also just a great, I think, start into your Wizarding World.
And I'm really glad. This day was a really long day for us. We started off, as we said.
We ate lunch at 10:30 in the morning. Yeah. And we didn't know it was 10:30. We're like ordering like
I had a hogshead beer.
Right. And then it was like,
hey, it's 10:45. And yeah, it was the longest day ever.
Yeah.
Because by the time we left the park, we had to load into the ballroom for
we had
Wizard Rock that night.
And
then we had the movie premiere. It was so surreal. The whole
There were people behind us crying so hard I thought they were throwing up, and then I thought they were laughing.
It was such an emotional experience anyway, and then the emotion of everybody else. And
after the movie,
we
sprinted
back
with
Matt and Lauren so that we could all get back to our merch tables, which was awesome because we're all like race walking.
That's awesome.
So we're like going,
we really like this part.
What part did you like? And we're like going, and we're all just amped up beyond all reason. We had everything set up because we had done loading before, and then we set everything up. And I sit down, and they say, okay, we're gonna open the doors. And
we're
being on the inside, not really knowing what was happening out there, like everybody queuing up, and they opened the doors, and they threw these doors open, and we have a clip of it because it was hilarious. It made me laugh so hard.
It's really dark is the only problem. Oh God, they're opening other doors now. They just keep coming.
I know. And it was like I mean, seriously, it was like out of that thing you do or something, you know? That's what you guys looked like being unleashed on the stage, which was so cool. And it was just people sprinting from the whole length,
and they kept coming. That's the thing.
It was like I just thought it was like the first, like, you know, but no, it just kept going and going. We finally stopped filming. It just kept going and going and going. That whole ballroom filled up. It was amazing. I've never seen a crowd like that for Wizard Rock.